Buttercup, butternuts, butter. What's up, bro? What's going on? I've been up for. I've been up since 5 this morning, so I already been up for like 4.5 hours. Is that DoorDash thing pretty cool? Like, does that work out for you? So, anyways, I got up this morning, went to work. Obviously, it's like labor job, so I got a good sweat going, man, and I was really warmed up, but I was I felt like all out of alignment. So came home, changed my clothes. Now I'm stretching out. I mean, get my back right, get my back loosened up, I felt like my hips were misaligned or something. So I'm just trying to get realigned here. Oh. Yeah, and don't like the DoorDash guys, aren't they kind of like cab drivers too? Like once can't you kind of get like regular customers, like people who know you're like a good DoorDash person and they'll like kind of try to throw work your way? Lazy failures. Can't you get like regular guys though, like regular people? I shouldn't say guys, but just like regular people to they kind of call on you whenever they want something. Yeah, I got a buddy. He lives in Las Vegas. He's been living in Las Vegas for I think 20 years. He's been a cab driver in Las Vegas, and he absolutely kills it. But his thing is he meets these people and he gives them his card, and then they call him directly and they're like, "Hey, I want you to drive me or whatever," and he has all these regulars and he just drives them around. That's all he does. He's a taxi driver. Well, I wonder if you could give him like a DoorDash card or something. You know what I mean? Like maybe give them another number, and then can't you do it the other way around too though, so that they know you're available. Oh, man, my lower back is just coming together. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I would just think that maybe you could give them like a personal card or like a personal number or something that they could somehow get a hold of you, and then they could plug it in so that it goes straight to you. But yeah, I don't know either. I'm not involved with it, but I'm saying that my buddy who's a cab driver, he makes bank, and all he does is drive people around, and they call him directly, and they plug it in. He might have his own driving service for all I know. I have a buddy, he runs buses. He has, I think right now he's up to like 12 buses, and he just drives parties with people around, like 10 or 12 at a time. He'll drive them to Iowa City, like, an hour away or something. They all throw in money. He drives them to events and picks them up and brings them back. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about Uber or DoorDash or any of that. So I could be told. I mean, I'm just going off the top of my head. I'm just saying that I think it's possible to make a good amount of money off of it. Oh, I feel better, bro. I feel a lot better. I really this morning, man. I was getting after it at work, and like everything just felt out of line. Like it just felt really weird. That's not bad money, man. That is not bad. Especially for like a job that's available to almost anybody. And I've seen man, I've just seen some really creepy DoorDash people. I don't know, man. Kind of weirds me out. Those people are in charge of your food. Huh. Yeah, there's some interesting people out there, man. I don't know if I'd like them handling my food, especially. I mean, especially when you see their cars and. But you know what? Amazon does some weird stuff too. I've seen a lot of like Amazon drivers, like they hire these uh, kind of like people on the side to deliver these packages. There's some really sketchy people. Chrome, what's up, bro? I got home from work. I had to stretch out, man. My back was all twisted up. Um, but I thought I'd jump on here for a while, try to get in touch with everybody. Had a good day of fishing yesterday. It was really nice for me this morning. I can see it in their eyes. Honestly, I'm more of a regiment person. So I would rather go to work every single day for shorter periods of time than go to work like 4 or 5 days, like on off days and stuff. That throws me off. So I go to work usually every day at about 6 a.m. Because then I can go to work, I can work for a shorter period of time, and then I can use the rest of the day to do whatever I want. So I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, I'll work, well, whatever hours they need me, but I'll show up every single day, 6 a.m. And like I said, I'll work, come home, probably chill out, get some food, do whatever I got to do at home, and then I work out, I go fishing, whatever I got to do, but I really try to manage my time. I think managing my time is very important to me. But I like regiment. I like doing the same thing, or at least being up and knowing my hours every day. Oh, you work 10-hour days? I used to work 4 12s, and I just hated that. Yeah, I mean, I've worked all kinds of different shifts. I'm more of a night owl, and I think that's why I like the regiment, is because if you give me time to myself, I'll stay up all night, and then it just throws me off. Yeah, I'm the same. I like to be up early every day. But again, if you give me my own time, I'm naturally a night owl. I'll sleep all day, I'll be up all night. That's just me. Yeah, I really enjoy that. I mean, even if I have to take a nap in the middle of the day, it gives me a time. Like maybe I'll work 4 hours in the morning, 4 or 5 hours in the morning. I'll come home, take a quick half-hour nap or something, get some lunch, and then I got the rest of my day to do whatever I want. Talk to you guys. Some people have been asking me, they're like, "How do you get so much time? How do you get so much time to do these videos and stuff like that?" And I'm like, I just I just manage my time. I've always been able to manage my time very well. I can't make it past 9:30. Another thing is I told you guys, like, one of the worst things I know that I do is I drink energy drinks. So in the morning, I'll get up, I'll drink some energy drinks or something, like one, but I'll have an energy drink and I'm off and running, man. Yeah, I think that to use that as an example, like to use the MMA thing as an example, I've been an athlete my entire life. So, and I mean, I can remember as far back as like third grade. I don't know anything but sports. But when you talk about success in sports, and what I saw over time was I saw other kids that had just as much talent as me, or even way more talented than me, but they just never made it anywhere because they couldn't manage their time. They were always messing around. They were always chasing girls. They were always getting drunk. They were always getting high. They were always doing something else besides focusing on what they should be focusing on. So that's what I did. I just focused on the things that I was supposed to focus on, and I spent more time focusing on those things rather than, oh, do I drink? Yeah, I have a couple beers or something, but not all the time. Do I have a girlfriend? Yes, but not 24 hours a day. Like, she needs to do her thing and I got to do mine. And that's what I mean is like, there's a lot of discipline in that, I think. Discipline, commitment, all those, loyalty, like all those, the big words, you know? So I don't think it came with MMA, but I'll say that all those lessons helped me achieve success in MMA to get me to the top or get me to where I wanted to be. But that played out in all the roles of my life, if that makes sense to you guys. I'm trying to think I was over here trying to piece together another stand. I got all these broken stands from doing these types of videos and stuff. Yeah, I mean, if there's anything I can pass on to anybody, um, you really have to learn to control your vices. Whatever your vice is, the thing you like the most, if it doesn't serve you, you really need to learn to control it. I'm not saying you can't go have fun. You just got to learn to control it. So again, the girlfriend thing, you got to know when to say when. You know, she wants to hang out. She wants to go out to eat. She wants to go to a movie. She wants you to go to her mom. She wants you to go over on Valentine's Day. All these things are not 24 hours a day. That's what I tell everybody. Christmas is not 24 hours a day. I had one of these, a real long talk with one of my, this guy that was training with me. It was Christmas Day. He has a family. He's married. He has a couple kids. And I called him around noon. And I said, hey, man, we got to get together. I need you to hold pads for me. And the guy was like, bro, it's Christmas. I said, Christmas is not 24 hours a day. You get up in the morning, you open presents, you kiss the kids, you tell your wife you love her, and you go work out. Workout is only an hour. You got 24 hours. And then you go back and do Christmas in the afternoon or whatever you're doing. And I was kind of pissed with him, but he got it after a while. And what I'm saying is, my personal opinion, again, these are all my personal opinions. You have to manage your time. Sitting around on the couch, playing video games for 10 hours, eating cake, eating ice cream, you gotta minimize all those things that do not serve you. And you have to maximize the things that do serve you. And then you'll be fine. Right. So I think using the girlfriend analogy or the women thing, you just have to learn. Yes, you do. There's certain things you do have to do with your partner. I totally understand that. But they have to understand, like, women want a guy with money. Okay. Well, then he's got to give up a good amount of time to go get that money for you. Or then she wants your time. Well, then you're not going to get as much money. I mean, there's all these trade-offs, you know, and I think it's the same with men. I hate to put people on this. I won't say names, but I have a buddy who thinks that all of his girls, every girl he's with should be a 10. Well, he thinks that because he makes a certain amount of money, but he's not physically attractive. So he doesn't understand, like, there's some things you just can't do. There's some things you're just not capable of. And you have to understand that the market changes and swings and sways with all those things. But a lot of it comes down to your loyalty, your commitment, your dedication to your partners, and all these things. Yeah, I tell people all the time, man, it's Valentine's Day. I totally get it, but it's not Valentine's Day 24 hours a day. It's Valentine's Day for dinner. It's the afternoon thing. It's go get flowers for your mom and your girlfriend and, go have a dinner or lunch or whatever. But get up early in the morning and get your workout in. You can do 2 hours in the morning. You don't have to sleep in all day, or you can go do those things and then you can work out at night. It's not an all day thing. Or don't drink alcohol. Don't get messed up. Don't eat a bunch of bad food. Don't stuff your face with chocolate and then try to go do a 2 hour routine in the afternoon. It's not going to work. What I'm saying is you got to just control these things. It's not very difficult. I try to simplify everything. You're absolutely right. And this might be a better way to say it about my buddy he's a guy who makes a lot of money. I just have to admit I know that he's not physically attractive to women, but he thinks he's capable of getting a supermodel. And I'm like, bro, that's not how it works. But anyways, what a lot of people don't realize is, let me move this. So for you, some people aren't ready for the success. They don't understand what it's going to be like once they get what they want. So that's a difficult place to be in. I say this all the time, like, people might want what you have, but they don't understand what it takes to have that thing. Does that make sense to you? Like, somebody might want a really nice car, but they don't understand that it took a lot for that person to get that car. Like, they had to start a company, they had to, whatever they had to do. I gotta move this. I'm trying to jump this thing around. I was working on putting some different stands together, but I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna put this on a different one. Yeah, like, a lot of people don't understand. I'll give you a great example, okay? And again, a lot of this stuff, just understand, it doesn't make me perfect, doesn't make me the man or nothing like that. So anyways, at one time, there's this restaurant here in town that I really like to go to. Yeah, so, and I'm going to give you the good example of this. And this is, I'm going to go in a certain direction with it. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. But I'm going to go in a certain direction. This is one thing I hate, and I shouldn't use the word hate, but it is what it is. One thing I really dislike is when somebody says, oh, it must be nice. It must be nice to have this, or it must be nice to have that. And they don't really realize what it took to get you to that point. So at one time, there's this really nice restaurant I like to go to, and they have like a little patio area outside. And I bought this brand new truck. I think I bought the truck, and then I put like an extra 17,000 into it. I lifted it. I put the biggest tires on it and a big light bar, and I did this fuel management system, and I had all this. I rigged this truck out, and so I pulled up, and as I got out of my truck, I jumped down, right, because it's all jacked up, and I start walking to the restaurant, but there's this guy sitting on the other side of the fence. He's on the patio. And he said, oh, it must be nice to have that. He said, it must be really nice. And I just turned and looked at him, and I was like, okay. And I said, I'll tell you what, if you come around here, I'll give you the keys to that truck. And the guy was like, he gave me this really weird look. I said, I'm gonna give you this truck. He goes, quit messing with me. I go, yeah. I got the keys right here. And so the guy, he was really like kind of stuck in a moment. And I said, I'll tell you what, if I hand you these keys and you can keep me from getting them back from you for 5 minutes, because that's a round. That's like an MMA round, right? I go, if you can keep me from getting these keys back from you in 5 minutes, you can have that truck. And he was like, I'm not doing that. And I go, that's exactly why you don't have anything, because you won't take the chance. Like, I guess what I'm saying is, like, there was a lot of times, like, I would take chances, I got knocked down, I got beat up, I got thrown around, I failed. I was the backup player, third string, worked my way to second string, and then the first string guy got hurt and I got in the game. I mean, I went into wrestling and I just got launched all over the room, and I really got beat up, and I failed and I failed and I failed. And what I'm saying is, I just found a lane to success. And I didn't even make it all the way to the top either. I didn't make it all the way to the top. So I guess what I'm saying is, a lot of those people don't realize the kind of pain and struggles you have to go through to get a truck or to get certain things. And they're not willing to risk it. They're not willing to risk going through that. That's a long way around to coming to. I hope that all made sense. I know that was a kind of a bit there. Yeah, and on that note, I do know some people. I have some very fortunate friends who their parents started companies, and um, they just got it. They just got it, and they're never going to lose it. They have um, the backup plan to the backup plan to the back. They got life insurance, health insurance. They got money coming in every week. I mean, they're never going to run out of money because of what their parents or what their grandparents, or on and on, what they all did. Um, and I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I'm like, good for them. But most people don't understand kind of the pain and the struggles of getting something simple like a car or a house or something like that. Some people are that way. Yeah, I mean, you could say maybe jealousy or maybe even envy. Um, and then, okay, so this is going to take me back. When I say envy, when somebody is envious of your stuff, they really don't understand, like, how painful it might have been, the things you sacrificed to get it. So, like, for example, for me, like, I've never been married, I don't have kids. So you might look at me and say, "Oh, look how fortunate you are to have this, or this, or to have done this, or whatever the thing is." But you're married, you have children, or like, everybody has a different walk of life. So, like, I pretty much gave up relationships or the opportunity to have a family to have all my other things, or to do all the other things I wanted to do. So that's a difficult choice to make. It's real. I mean, like, college, I wanted to finish college. I still have 3 classes left I could still finish, but it's very difficult now. But I gave that up to go do other things, to take that chance. And this is where I land, and that's nobody's fault. It's just, that's the way it is. I'm a Christian. I'm gonna stay a Christian. So what I'm saying is, people are envious, not understanding the sacrifices you had to make to get what you got, or to get to where you are. And then I look around now, and I mean, look at me. I work an everyday job. Yeah, I've had some great moments in my life, but it took a long time to get there, and now I'm back back at the ground level, trying to do it all over again. I'll say, I believe that everybody's kind of praying to one God. I think that the Bible kind of shares a few stories that lead me to believe that everybody prays to one God. And for you, if it's Hinduism, for me, if it's Christianity, for another person, if it's Muslim or Buddhism, good for you. You got faith. So yeah, back to that success thing. There's a lot of people that they want success, but they really don't. There's a lot of people that really don't understand um, the pain of like losing somebody you really care about because you got an event coming up and you can't risk it. Like that happened to me, and I had to make a choice, and I made the choice. Like I can't risk this event over a girl because without the event and without the money that I'm going to bring home from that event, I don't have a relationship. So, I mean, what do you do? I mean, these are tough decisions to make. Probably not. If I was a wealthy person and I had children, honestly, I'd probably just spoil them to death. Like, but I think that's another side of me, right? Like, because I grew up with pretty much, I won't say nothing, but like we never went without a place to live, but we struggled through a lot of situations. So I would probably spoil my kids. I probably would. I would think that education is really important. I would try to get my kids educated, make sure that they had maybe started their own thing. They had their own thing going on, whatever that thing is. But education, I think, is important. But I'd spoil the shit out of my kids if I was wealthy. I do think when I say education, I do believe like I wouldn't say be humble, but when you say grounded, I would say more like grounded, kind of well-rounded thinking. Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, and I have followed a lot of successful people. I mean, this guy that started McDonald's, I mean, he didn't find success in his life till he was like 50, like late 50s, early 60s or something. So, I mean, you just never know, man. I mean, some people find it early. I met a guy, he bought he bought some water. It was water property. So it was like a piece of property, basically a dot on a map in the middle of the ocean. And then somebody contacted him. They wanted to build it was like a satellite, um, what do I say? It's like a satellite tower there. And they pay him every month. And then everybody else jumped on board. And this guy makes like, it's something crazy, like 100,000, 125,000 a month off this satellite tower type thing. It was an unbelievable story. Yeah, you never know, and that's why I always tell people take chances, and I mean even me talking to you guys right now, like over this live. I mean, this is not me. Like what's happening right now, this is not my personality at all, and that's almost why I had to do it because I had to challenge myself at something new. And so within the last 6 to 8 months, I just started trying to get more active on social media. And I found I found this. I found YouTube Live and putting things on YouTube, and I'm trying new social media platforms and things like that. I think there is something to living your life, and that's what I'll go back to budgeting. I'll go back to managing my time. So I think it's important for me to have time to go fishing. I think it's important for me to have time to try new things. Um, I don't have any ambition to sit in an office 12 hours a day, 6 or 7 days a week. I have no ambition to do that. I mean, the only way that it would be possible is like if I was, again, when we get back to wealth and things like that, if I knew that that was going to make me the kind of money that I needed to be wealthy, I guess maybe I could be locked in a box for a while. But once I made it to a certain point with money, I would go back to taking control of my time. Yeah, I worked this morning, came home, got a little food in me, and stretched on the floor, and been talking to Ether. I don't know how to say his name. Ether. I'm afraid to say the name. I started messing with these damn camera stands, or these like tripods and things like that. Yeah, I think that's where people are like so wrong. Um, I have friends that have asked me my entire life. I have friends that have asked me how I've survived because they just can't see what I see. My entire life, I've always done like the most odd jobs and a lot of jobs people don't want to do as well. Um, but I will say, thank God, I'm physically, I'm physically pretty strong, and I've always been able to adapt to new jobs. So I've done a lot of labor stuff. Yeah, you're right, Mike. I mean, I think like one time I bought a trailer, and I just realized right away how much money I can make with just this trailer. Um, and then I bought two trailers, and I had three trailers, and I just kept buying trucks and trailers if I got a chance, and that kind of evolved, and then it went away, and I just kind of I go from one thing to the next till I find something I enjoy. Oh, like Ether. Yeah, Ether teacher. I got you, bro. Yeah, and I mean, that's what we were talking about is a lot of people wouldn't look at that as a good decision. But the problem is it's not their decision to make, and they don't know. They don't know how well one person might do to the other. But I've met so many people like in my lifetime. They've asked me like, how do you do it? Like, how do you survive? And there's sometimes I'm not. There's sometimes I'm sinking, but then I come back. But all this talk, it all came from me managing my time. I really try to manage my time. Like I wouldn't sit on here talking to you guys if I didn't have the time. But there's only so far I can go. Actually, I want to get this. I bought some rice pudding. Oh my! I like rice pudding. So I bought rice pudding and bananas. I like to eat those together. Well, I don't really look at it as damned if you do, damned if you don't. What I think is if you don't take the chance, you're never going to know. So I would encourage people to take chances because like you said with the Walmart delivery thing, like you don't know how well you're going to do if you don't try it, and it might not work out, but trust me, there's another job. There's something else, you know? Yeah, I've been speaking of God's plan, I've been battling that a little bit. I'm like talking to God, I'm like, what part of the plan is this, man? I'm like, if God has a plan, what part of the plan is this? Because I'm ready to move on, bro. I think opportunity is, one thing whenever I talk about opportunity, first thing always pops up in my mind is what is luck? We talk about people who are lucky, we talk about people who just so happen to get good deals all the time. What kind of luck is that? And really, it's when preparation meets opportunity. So that's what I try to do is I try to prepare myself for those opportunities. When I get an opportunity, awesome, I'm ready for it. And just so happens, I get lucky sometimes. And I just try to increase my chances of getting lucky. Yeah, I mean, I think the key to it is how you multiply, right? Like if you talked about selling peanuts, cool. I sell peanuts. I sell a bag. How do I sell 10 bags? How do I sell 20 bags? How do I sell 200? How do I sell 2,000? And then you got to just learn to multiply, I think. That's my opinion. No, I understand what you're saying, Ether. Totally. I totally get what you mean. I just think that you got to take the chances. You got to kind of open those doors, to opportunity and run with it if you can. You know what, man? I'll give you another, because we were talking about MMA. When I got into MMA, like the first time I did it, everyone around me told me how stupid I was. Everybody was like, they're just taking advantage of you. You're an idiot for doing it. You're going to get hurt. I mean, every excuse in the book. Everybody around me told me I was throwing my life away, all kinds of stuff. I really care about you and I don't want to see you throw your life away. Don't do it. That's what they told me. You're totally right. If you enjoy what you do, it's not work. And that's why I try to do, my fishing thing. I really enjoy fishing. Even some days I don't do as well, but I enjoy it. I enjoy the ups and the downs of it. No, I don't resent those people and I'll tell you exactly why. The reason I don't resent them is because they're trying to project their insecurities onto me. What they're really saying is they can't do it. They can't do it, they don't have the courage to do it, and they will never do it. That's what they're really saying. When they see me doing certain things and they say things like that, like, "Hey man, I'm so worried about you. I don't want to see you get hurt." They're really saying they don't want to get hurt. If they were doing it, they would be afraid to get hurt. But I'm not. That's the difference. Hey, but trust me, I got hurt. I got hurt a lot. I got beat up. Yeah, Mike, I have a good friend, one of my best friends, my best friend of 20, 26 years. Some of our best times ever was sitting on the couch playing video games, broke as hell, putting money together so we could order a pizza. Like, we go lift weights, come home, play video games, order pizza, drink beer. That was the life. I mean, that was the best times ever. I got some really good stories, bro. Some of the best stories too, man, like what Mike is talking about. Some of the best stories were when I was broke, man. I didn't have nothing. Some of those were the best times ever. Not saying I want to go back there. Yeah, Mike hooked me up. Share the wealth with Drew over here. We need corporate sponsorship. I've been saying this for a long time. I need corporate sponsorship. Another thing, Mike, my buddy told me, he keeps telling me I need to set up either Zelle, Cash App, or what's the other one? Zelle, Cash App, what's another one? Mike had an interesting situation. Well, we need corporate sponsorship. That's what we need. Get this thing off the ground. Start the McDrewski line. The McDrewski clothing line. Oh, it's great. I love it. McDrewski wear for sure. The McDrewski sporting apparel. You can wear it to the gym or the club, same thing. Well, guys, we're running up on about an hour here. I got a few things I got to do today. It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm not sure. I want to go fishing today. I don't know if I'm going to get to it, though. I got to clean my boat, and I got to clean my truck out. What are you saying? I didn't say I didn't like the brand. We talked about this, bro. Yeah, isn't Memorial Day like Monday or something like that? So isn't it Memorial Day weekend or something? It's like 3-day weekend this week. So I was planning on going fishing, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it out today. I need to work out. I've been slacking on my workouts. Yeah, I've been slacking on my workouts. I gotta get back on it. I started running, and I was like getting into running, and I was getting out there pretty far. All right, guys, we're at an hour. I need to wrap this up. It's been great talking to you guys. Some of this stuff, man, I'm glad we had to talk. Kind of brings back some memories and things. So yeah, we'll keep it moving, and hopefully I'll try to put some more videos out. And I guess the more this thing gets rolling, and if I can find more time to do it, I'll do it. Hopefully it all works out. I think we do. I mean, and again, I'm not a very smart guy. I just been through a lot. So sometimes I'm wrong, but it is what it is. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. All right, Mike, Ether, catch you guys later. I'm out of here. Mike, you gonna do your salute? I'm out.